What is the difference between being a cosmaker and a costume designer? Isn't the same thing? What first pulled you into this world of cosplay or custom designing?
It's kind of ironic. I don't normally speak about this. I think they are cosplayers either way, because cosplay at the end of the day is a costume and interpreting a character.
For someone that is not familiar with a cosplay contest, how do you define what happens there? Does it focus on the craftsmanship, the performance?
The ones that I prefer are the 50-50 ones. I want to be evaluated by my cosmaking skills, but I also want to be evaluated by my stage presentation.
You go to the stage, you perform, and then judges, they have like play with numbers and they give you 10 points, 9 points. How do you think cosplay is evolving as a form of art?
People try to make the cosplays their own and not only accurate.
If you had unlimited budget, what costume would you build?
I'm working on Liliana of the Veil from Magic the Gathering.
Are you a Magic player?
My dad is a Magic collector.
Yeah, I guess your friends would love to go to your house, right?
Sometimes I think my friends like my dad.
I was going to say that. I was going to joke about that.
We're only my friends because my dad was a cool dad, you know? Like, it was not like the other dads.
That's
he
funny.
was
You
cool.
call it the cool dad. But back my time,
Yeah.
the Magic players were the nerd guys, right? Not the cool ones. You're saying that your father puts Magic in front of the family?
Obviously, he loves the car like Magic more than me. That's
You know, your
like
father will see the video probably, right?
Yeah.
So
I need to be really careful with this. My dad would kill me if anything happens to this.
So that's an
Yes.
Italian version of an unlimited booster box.
So this is literally the first page. They are all foil of the oh my god!
I can see the shining.
This is the inventions. I appreciate that you have such passion for magic, but is there? That's all the money you've been spending on?
Not spending. That's probably not the proper way. It's investing. You won.
I won.
Yeah, you made 36 points against my 31 points. So. Hello, Sparkle. Thank you for accepting the invitation of being part of the show.
Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is quite a different experience for me, so I'm very excited for it.
Thank you. So just as a small introduction before we start playing, you present yourself on social media as a cosmaker and a costume designer. So to be honest with you, I don't even know what the difference is, but I would like to learn today. And by the way, we are already playing Azul, and you have the first play.
Okay. Do you want me to play first or? Oh wait.
No,
Okay.
So usually people do both things at the same time, playing and talking with me.
Oh.
So yeah, that's the kind of pressure
Oh my
I'm going to
God.
bring over you today, Sparkle. So yes,
No.
I will allow you to take the first tile, at least that, and that.
Okay.
Which one?
So. That's a good question.
You can
Okay,
pick
I think
anyone.
I can.
Anyone.
I'm new to this game, so if I do any mistake, no judgment.
Okay, you went for the 3 blacks, not a bad play. Good. So then what is the difference between being a cosmaker and a costume designer? Isn't the same thing?
A cosmaker is also a cosplayer, but that dedicates more to the crafting, sewing, the part of handmade, when we make our own costumes. We are also cosplayers, but we use this distinction. So everyone is credited for what they do. The costume designing, it's not related to cosplay at all. It's more like the professional side of me.
Okay.
Because I do work with costume designing and also with bridal designing.
Okay.
I work for a bridal shop with I do some adjustments, and sometimes I also make clothes from zero. So yeah.
Okay. So when you say custom design, we're talking about like working in fashion, designing.
No, that would be like more fashion designing. Costume designing is more related to the theatrical
Ah,
side,
exactly.
like movies. I also work with a small production for a kids movie,
Makes
also.
sense.
So it's more
Makes
in that.
makes perfect sense. Don't forget what we are playing, okay, Sparkle, at the same time. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that
Oh,
makes sense. Yeah, people, someone needs to build those designs for some those costumes for theater, cinema, and actually, I've never met
yeah.
anyone that worked in that area. So that's interesting. What first pulled you into this world of cosplay or custom design in general?
It was kind of out of the blue, I would say, because when I was in high school, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do. I was already a cosplayer. I've been a cosplayer since my um, since I was 12, so
Oh,
quite a long ago.
doing
But
your own things
I
with 12 years old?
No, 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 no. That was later. But I was already a cosplayer. I cosplayed. I bought a lot of costumes in during those years, but I was not a cosmaker at all. I started doing my cosplays around that time that I decided what I wanted to do with my life. When I was in high school, I was 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was around that time that I started sewing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was out of the blue because I went to high school with. It's kind of ironic. I don't normally speak about this. I'm gonna study literature. I'm gonna study everything that it's related to languages, and I'll see what I want in that area. What I like the most. But at the same time, one day I approached my dad and said, "Okay, so I've been cosplaying for many, many years. Now I want to make my own. Can you buy me a sewing machine?"
Mhm.
Out of the blue. And he was like, "But do you even know how to sew?" And I was like, "No, I don't." He was like, "Why do you want a sewing machine? You buy your cosplays. Why do you want a sewing machine?" And I said, "Because they don't have the costumes that I want, so I want to make them." That's actually a issue many cosplayers had back in the days.
You wanted to go beyond what
Um,
was offered on shops.
yeah, we didn't had a lot of
Okay.
options at all.
So do you agree with that discussion? And I've had many cosplayers in the show here, and the conversation always ends up where to that point where what is really cosplay? Is it when you do your own stuff versus people that buy cosplay? What is a true cosplay? Where do you stand right now? Because you've bought and
I
now you
don't.
do, right? So
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's a true cosplay or false
mhm.
cosplay.
Don't forget to play
Um,
Sparkle. Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry. I need to remind
this
you
is kind
because
of
I see your pending
overwhelming.
moves.
Yeah. But I don't think there's a true cosplay and a false cosplay. That for me, that doesn't. It's not applied to the activity. For me, cosplay, it's an hobby. It's a profession. It's a passion. It's a lot of things. And the way you decide to express it is no one's n- no one's choice. It's your own
Okay.
choice. Basically, if you want to make them, you're free to do it. You're a cosplayer either way. Even
Mhm.
if you don't have the possibilities to make, because let's be honest, making cosplays is not cheap at all. Okay, it's not cheap, and it's not how do I say, easy to learn at first. So I literally, I don't judge people that decide just like to not make them. They prefer to buy. Nowadays they have the possibilities to have almost every costume they want in a cosplay shop online. So I don't judge them. I do mine, not all of them, but the majority. because I found my passion there, but like if it's not what people are interested on, I don't think we should judge them for that.
Mhm.
I think they are cosplayers either way, because cosplay at the end of the day is a costume and interpreting a
Okay.
character.
Right.
It's like a play. You don't you don't need to make them
Hmm.
to be a
Okay, so I'm going
cosplayer.
to challenge
So
you
yeah.
then with that line of thought. Basically, imagine that you cosplay Sakura, whatever, right? And you do the costume, and you go to an event dressed like Sakura. I know there are many Sakura, so it's a very vague name. And then on that
Yeah.
same event, you find another girl that is cosplaying Sakura, but she bought online the the costume. Okay, I'm not sure which one is better looking or whatever, but on the eyes of the people looking at both of you, which one is the best cosplayer? The one that created the dress or the one that bought the dress? And they all
I don't
perform the character
think.
the same way.
Imagine that if we are talking about costume quality, okay, costume quality, there will always be a better or more accurate one. But I don't think we
Mhm.
should judge only based on that.
Okay.
There's a lot of really got good costumes being sold in cosplay shops online. I do love my costumes, and I make them in the way that I envision the character. I'm aware enough to know that I have some quality in my costumes, and I'm aware to know that there's also some costumes online that don't have that quality. But I don't like to judge like who's the better cosplay, who has the better cosplay, who's the better cosplayer. I That's not something that I normally feel comfortable,
Mhm.
because at the end of the day, we are both cosplayers. Clearly, we have something in common that we like. In this case, would be Sakura Card Captor. Um, and I think that it's the most part. That's actually the essence of cosplay. Is like people united by what they like and what's their passion.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your view. I'm sure there are different views, but that's your view, right?
Obviously.
Okay. Not,
Exactly.
nonetheless, and while you play, nonetheless, you are known for participating in cosplay contests, right? So in that kind of environment, there may be criteria for who is better than others. Can you, for someone that is not familiar with a cosplay contest, how do you define what happens there? Is it does it focus on the craftsmanship, the performance, something beyond that?
I love competitions. Cosplay contests are one of the things that I look for in this community and in this activity, to be honest. I like the challenge. I like to feel that I'm being validated for my work. Obviously,
Hmm.
there's people that like. There's always a distinction made between people, because at the end of the day, it's a competition. You're there to try to win, so there will oh your costume is gonna be judged.
It's the quality of the costume, the quality of the craftsmanship.
Yeah, the quality of the costume, but not only. It depends on the competition, to be honest, because there's competitions that are more about the stage part, the skit part, the what you do on stage with your character. And there are other
Hmm.
competitions that are more about the cosmaking, the crafting of your costume. And there's always also some competitions that are both, like it's 50-50. So it depends on the
Okay.
competition
Okay.
itself. The ones that I prefer are the 50-50 ones. Those are the ones that I prefer, because I want to
Great.
be evaluated by my cosmaking skills, but I also want to be evaluated by my stage presentation.
The performance.
I
Okay.
exactly. I want both.
How does it work in practice? So do you like you go to the stage, you perform, and then judges they have like a plate with numbers, and they give you 10 points, 9 points, or like Olympic Games, or
Also depends on the competition, but I can tell you also as a judge, because I also was a judge in other competitions that I was not participating.
Mhm.
It depends on the competition. Normally have defined criteria that will be evaluated. Um, that it's normally on the rules of that specific competition, which I always recommend everyone to read, because a lot of people submit to participate in a competition and they never read the rules, and I don't like that. Because there was so many times that I was a judge or just someone watching the competition, and I was like, I know that's not allowed. I know the rules of this competition. This is not fair. And I think that reading a rule book is literally the basic.
Rule book, rule
So
book. Okay,
a
that's
rule book,
scary.
yeah.
It's not a rules
Basically, it
paragraph.
depends on those rules, the criteria where in which each competitor is evaluated.
Hmm.
But for example, I have competitions that had um, evaluated in the costume part or the craftsmanship part. For example, they evaluated how accurate it is to the character, the diversity of the materials used and techniques. This is a very important one. Diversity of materials and techniques, because like you can have like an amazing costume, but if you only use one technique, if there's someone also with a very good costume but that use a lot of more techniques, that will normally be evaluated with a higher punctuation.
Sure, makes sense. Makes sense.
More because it involves more knowledge about it.
Yep.
Even if your costume is amazing, but you only do one technique.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's like when you're playing a video game, a fighting game, and you want to achieve the S rank, and you cannot achieve the S rank just by using the same move. You need to change the moves, accumulate the moves,
Exactly.
etc., in order to achieve the S rank.
Yeah.
So,
You need to show that you're skilled enough to make that costume. There's also the complexity of the costume, um, and how good you achieve that complexity. This is also a very small distinction, but very
mhm.
important, because you can have an crazy design to make, like the most difficult cosplay in history. I don't know, I don't even know which one is. But if you don't execute well enough, it doesn't matter. But if you have a simpler costume that it's very well executed, even if the other one is more complex, this one will have a better
Mhm.
punctuation.
Okay.
We need to search like for a good balance between them. It's the judging as a judge. It's really complicated. I prefer, to be honest, I prefer to participate in the contest, because I just need to be there and do like the stage presentation, and I don't need to
You
be
don't like to
judging
be a
people.
judge?
But no, I do like to be a judge. I just prefer being a
Okay,
participant.
because you don't
um,
in a judge you'll be creating friends, but also enemies, probably, right? Oh, he didn't vote for me.
like it's more because I get so sad when I get like, because
Hmm,
obviously I see people growing.
right.
Okay. It's something normal. I'm in this community for so many years. I saw so many people that at the beginning were like me, like
And they evolved.
no, and they
Hmm.
evolved, and like seeing that
Hmm.
progression, it's like you also feel bad when you can't give them, because you always need to be fair. This is a very
Sure.
important thing in cosplay competitions, and I think that you need to not be biased. This is
Sure.
very important. Even if you have any personal attachment to anyone, that's not in an evaluation.
Hmm.
I take that very seriously. Even if someone that I don't like, I guess, would appear in a competition that I'm judging, I need to be fair.
Speaking about evolving, Sparkle, and don't forget the game, because the judges are also seeing your
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
performance in the game. Um,
oh,
how do you think cosplay is
oh,
evolving as a form of art?
okay, okay. Um, cosplay as a form
How
of
is it
art.
evolving?
Let me see. I think the way you used to express, because back in the days, I used to see a lot of people trying to be as accurate to the characters as possible.
Mhm.
If you look the same, that's perfect. Nowadays, I noticed something over the years, that is, people try to make the cosplays their own and not only accurate.
Okay, I've heard that. I've heard that, like a personalization of the character, right?
Exactly. I love that. I find it fascinating. Um, Obviously, in a competition, you always need to be a little bit careful because of the
Right,
accuracy that's
right.
evaluated. But like not in the contests environment world. Outside of
That's
that,
okay.
as a
That's
cosplayer,
okay.
I love it.
Trust me.
I love it. I love when I see a cosplay, and I know the character, but like I see the person. I see what they try to make with that cosplay, what they try to express with that cosplay. It's not just X character; it's their version of the character. I love that. I see that like in wig styling. I see that in sewing, like some details. For example, there's people in wig styling that love curls, waves. They try to make like the character, but always with a very wavy wig styling. And I think that's pretty. They also sometimes put pearls just because they associate pearls with the character. It's not accurate. No, but I think it's beautiful. And also, like in the sewing, for example, there's people that love hand beading. They love to sew beads, to attach some hot fixed crystals. They love to embellish.
Hmm.
And I love when people just, it's a total simple costume of a character without any beading, but they decide to make the whole costume embellished with beading and pearls and crystals, and it's beautiful. I love it. I think it's so original. When I do a cosplay that it's not for a competition, I also try to make it my own in a way. But when it's for a competition, I need to be careful. I always try
Hmm.
to put like some things of my personality there, but it needs to be things that are not messing with the design, the original design. But yeah, I think it's really beautiful, and I think that's one of the things that I've saw evolving more in the cosmaking part of cosplay. In the cosplay itself, I think one of the things that evolved the most are the accessibility to cosplay. Because back in the days, it was very difficult. We didn't have the content, we didn't have the possibilities to get cosplay like everywhere. And nowadays, we have cosplay everywhere. Like
Hmm.
it's not um just not like online shops. I'm also talking about the normalization of it. um exa- uh, because we now have more content accessible for us to learn about cosplay, to see cosplay. We are normalizing it. Back in the days, it was not that easy. And yeah, I think that's one of the changes that I like in the community. In the cosplay, the cosmaking part, I would say the personalization of the
Okay.
costumes. So those
Good.
both of those things,
Good.
I love them.
Okay. I'm assuming that you don't like Azul because the game is pending there. We need to try to play it, unless otherwise it won't move forward. So from now on, we are going to do the effort of trying to speak and play
To
at the
play.
same time. Okay, Sparkle. So see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to look at the game, pick a tile, right, and speak with you at the same time, right? Because now, since you have all this experience, right, and you look back and you see other people starting, what techniques, what techniques do you think that beginners often overlook?
The finishing details. For example, I know a lot of people don't have that knowledge and don't.
By the way, we are tied. After the
um,
second round, we both have 7 points, Sparkle. So, yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you can
really?
see the points there under our
This,
names
I've
on the top right corner.
I've been make I've been playing totally
Not sure what you've
randomly,
been
but yeah,
doing, but ultimately, bottom line is we are tied
it's working.
with 7 points. 7 points.
um, but yeah, I would say okay, in the sewing part of cosmaking, I would say that the finishment of the garments, like if you, for example, a lot of people think that sewing is basically attaching to fabrics one another, and that's basically cosplay and making a costume. It's not, because there's a lot of things that are possible problems. I normally say that possible issues. For example, if you attach two fabrics and the fabrics are not well sealed at the end of the fabric, they are just gonna rip apart. That's like, it doesn't matter if it's in pressure. Uh, that's something that, if it's something you're wearing normally, it has some pressure put onto the seam. Yeah, it's gonna rip apart. So I would say, for me, I would say for beginners, pay attention to your fabrics, to the finishing of the fabrics. If you don't have the right machines for make those finishing details, it's fine. Not everyone has them. That's totally normal. Okay, wait. Let me just put this one here. Okay.
Okay.
And if you don't have the money to afford those types of machines, it's fine. But find ways to finish your fabrics. For example, if it's a fabric with a lot of, in the composition, with a lot of plastic, I would say, because you have polyester, it's the plastic part of a fabric, the
Mm-hmm.
composition. If it has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
polyester, usually you'll be able to seal with fire. You don't need
Fire?
to put, yeah, you don't need to put like you don't need to burn your house. Wait, I'm saying like with a candle, for example, just you can pass like the end of the fabric through
To melt it
the light
and
to melt a little bit. Don't burn it.
no.
Be careful. Don't burn it. Like that's not what we are trying to achieve
Mm-hmm.
here. Not burning fabrics. Okay. But okay. Okay. But but I would say that's a possibility. It has if it has a lot of
Mhm.
polyester
Okay.
percentage on the composition. If it doesn't, try also like on your sewing machine. You also have like a stitch that I don't think I know the name in
It's a
English.
special
I
stitch,
think I only
right?
know. Yeah, in Portuguese we call chuliar. Basically, it's a stitch that makes this. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and it helps the fabric to not like fall apart. The ideal, it's always the an overlock, but if you don't have the money for that,
Mhm.
you can always do that. You also have an option
Okay.
in hand sewing. If you don't have money for a normal sewing machine, that's also fine. There's also an option you can do by hand. You know, like those old grandma type of
Sewing machines, yes,
how
I
do I
remember
explain?
from my grandmother.
No, no. It's
No?
not the sewing machines. Like the covers you use on your bed that the really old that grandmas used to make.
Crochet?
That are handmade. No, how do I explain this? Basically,
Those white,
it's a
white,
stitch.
white, white fabric. No.
No, you. It's usually more like a quilting type of thing.
No.
But yeah, the ends are usually made with a stitch. That it's the handmade version of what an overlock that it's a
Hmm.
machine
Hmm.
made for those finishing
Right?
details. Um, uh, is made for. But yeah, that's cheaper. You just need a needle and some thread, and you can do
Okay.
it. It's really easy. So there's always an option, even if you don't have the possibilities to purchase a faster one. But
Looking
yeah,
at the game, now you have a problem there, Sparkle, because you don't have a way to fit that yellow one, that yellow piece. So you need to
yeah.
send it to the negatives, and we are going to end the third round and see what's happening here in terms of scoring. But to keep the ball running, if you had unlimited budget, what costume would you build?
Hmm. Unlimited budget. Oh, that's a world of possibilities. Ah, unlimited
So you're
budget.
you're you are winning the game, 17 against 15. So
Oh,
keep up the good work.
oh
Keep up the good work.
yeah. So my panic is working perfect.
So now I
um,
distract you. So unlimited budget, what would be?
unlimited budget. That's really difficult because I have so many cosplays that I've been collecting in my cosplans list
Your
that
bucket
it's
list of cosplays that
and
you
I'm
want to
also
do.
yeah my like
What's the top one?
it's a big list. Mm, okay, so okay, this is not this is not the top one costume that I want to make, but I think this will be one of the most expensive. So if I have an unlimited budget, that would be really helpful. So
Mhm.
there's two costumes that from a game that not a lot of people know, unfortunately, because it's amazing.
Which one?
That it's Omyoji. Um, Basically, Onmyoji it's a mobile game, a Chinese mobile game that was. Sorry, I'm trying to find what I want. Uh, okay, I can go with this one. Okay. It's a mobile game, RPG. You also have a mobile version, but it's the same content basically,
Mhm.
the same characters. But that game has really beautiful costumes. Like so pretty, so pretty. They are like Chinese inspired, the majority of them. but you also have some skins and variations that are more Western. And there's two costumes from two different characters that are Yukiona and Momiji. They made one alternative version for Momiji, and when I say that costume will be so expensive just because I had some crazy ideas about how to make it. Like maple leaves,
Yes.
you know how they look?
It's the
Okay.
Canada flag
So,
leaf, right? The Canada flag.
uh, yeah, basically the costume is full of those leaves, and some of them are almost transparent, like they have like how do I say, the color is not fully there, and you can see some parts of just like the ramifications, the base of the leaf. And I literally okay, this is crazy, okay, but I literally search for ways to make a real maple leaf lose their pigments, and try to make almost a skeleton of the leaf without ripping it apart, just with chemicals. And yeah, I was searching for this, so I found a way of personalizing real maple leaves using chemicals, and also crafting over the base of the leaf to create those specific leaves, maple leaves. So yeah, I think that will
Yeah,
be
you would need a
quite
lab,
a
a
challenge.
chemical lab
But
to build
yeah,
that cosplay.
but
Yeah.
it's one of my goals. And the Yukiona one, that it's the other costume that I also think it's gonna be really expensive. um, that one, oh wait, I'm looking at the game and I'm like
Yeah,
almost in
it's an opportunity
disbelief.
for you to, and you
Oh,
cannot take those 5 now because you already have a blue
oh,
one on the bottom
yeah.
row. So that's not an option unless you want to put it
I
on the
can,
negatives.
I, I can,
You can undo.
I
You can
can
undo. Yes.
undo. Oh, that's nice. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Uh, oh my god, I'm awful at this game. Okay.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Um, but
Mm.
the second one, the Yukiona one, I think it will be also expensive, but in another sense. This doesn't involve chemicals. It's more because I found out, I had no idea, okay? Like, cosmaking is a constant adventure for knowledge, okay? And I found out that you can attach leaves of m- uh, mother pearl. Uh, what I'm saying, mother pearl. It's like um, it's,
Mhm.
I don't know if it's considered a stone. But basically they make a
Mhm.
leaf, like not leaves, like almost like paper, mother pearl,
Mhm.
but in paper. And I found out you can attach this to fabric. So I was like, oh, and if I could use that to make embellishments, uh, forget, I'm crazy, because mother pearl is it's a really
Okay.
expensive stone, and jewel in general. I think it's considered a jewel, and I want to put that on my costumes. I'm crazy, so those I would say would be my choices if I had an unlimited budget, because they are out of this world, at least the way I envisioned them.
So, what has been the most technically challenging build so far?
Okay, so the most challenging, I would say, my a la carte from Sakizo. Sakizo, like, it's a Japanese artist that makes basically art books. Sometimes they have a little bit of story, but they are mainly about the art. And I used that cosplay on one of my competitions. SCG. At the time, it was called European Cosplay Gathering. Now it's called Extreme Cosplay Gathering.
Stream.
Because Extreme, yeah. I used that costume on that competition, and I was classified to go to the finals in Paris.
Wow.
That's definitely my most challenging costume so
Why?
far.
What did it have to
Uh,
be so challenging?
it took me 2 years to make that costume.
Why?
It was kind of crazy because I decided to make all of the embellishments by hand with crystals and stones um, and beads and everything I could find. I put that costume is so shiny. Like if you just like a little bit of sun on my costume and everything just like the lights, it's like a disco ball. It's crazy. And I decided to use a technique with not with not silicone. How do I say? Um, I'm forgetting the name of the material. Resin. Oh my god.
Resin.
With a glue that it's resin based, and it needed to cure everything. It took
Mm-hmm.
ages, but it's probably and also in the patterning making is kind of challenging because of the corset, everything. It's so beautiful. It's the costume that I'm most proud of, but it was also very expensive. It was very time consuming, and yeah, definitely my most difficult build. But I'm also working on a costume right now that I would say that it's going well, but it's also quite challenging. I don't know where I'm gonna use it, but I have good expectations for this one.
Which one is it? Can you reveal?
Again, this one I can.
Okay.
There's another one that I can't, but this one I can. I'm working on Liliana of the Veil from Magic the Gathering. Yeah.
Okay, Liliana.
Yes.
So before I just noticed that you are now going to struggle with those 6 blue
Yeah.
tiles, right? So my recommendation would be put
Yeah.
at least 2 of them on the second row, and then the other 4, they need to go to the negatives. So you just save them.
Yeah. I'm gonna lose this game.
Okay. But getting back to Liliana and Magic, wow, that's a bit far away from anime, etc., and the typical, I think, cosplay, right? So are you a Magic player, Sparkle?
Um, okay, so I don't play Magic, but I'm from an environment of Magic. Basically, my dad it's Magic collector. He also does some other collections, but Magic is his biggest passion. And literally, I
Wow.
grew up with Magic around me, like my house was divided in sections. I had my dining table, and then there was Magic. There was my living room, and then there was Magic. There was the office, and there was Magic. Magic was in almost every division of my house. If it was not in my bedroom, I would be lucky.
Mhm. Wow,
So
sounds like an
yeah,
exciting place for you to grow up, to be honest.
yeah, it was quite challenging, I would say, because you need to learn how to wait. Oh my god! Okay, I can finish this one. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, I got excited because I could finish something.
that one's done. Yeah.
um, but yeah, it was all around me. When I was younger, actually, my dad tried to teach me a little bit. He was very excited. He was like, "Okay, so you're gonna be a Magic player," and I was like, at the time, I was I don't know, 8, 9 years. And I was like, what's magic? What is that?
Mhm.
I was so confused. And my dad tried to teach me. And poor soul, like he was trying so hard for me to like magic in a player sense. But I was like, nah, I like Pokemon more. He was so sad at the time, but I do learn how to like magic in a more artistic way.
The artwork.
Um, I don't exactly. I do love magic. I do love the art of magic.
Hmm.
Because I love everything that it's related to art. Like in front
Hmm.
of me, I have a whole wall full of art, digital art. I
Hmm.
love art in general, and magic has very beautiful scenarios, very beautiful characters, very beautiful art, and all the collections
Hmm.
are just like crazy. Like and I do like that. I already tried to get again into magic and try to play, but like I don't think I have enough motivation. I don't have like an environment around me that, how do I say, my dad obviously it's the best environment to learn magic, but I don't have the motivation, as in like my friends are not
Hmm.
into magic. I don't interact with it without being with my dad. So I don't
Okay.
think it's as easy in that way, in that sense, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a deep rabbit hole. If you get into it, you may maybe
Yeah.
pull deeply, and that reflects on your wallet as well. So people need to be careful. But I need to confess to you one thing,
Yeah.
which is I got attracted to Magic the Gathering in 98, and it was the artwork that attracted me. You know, the first thing when you look at Magic, what you see is the artwork. You don't know how the game is played.
Yes.
You don't know the mechanics. You don't know anything. Your first impression comes from the art, and the art is amazing. Even the old ones,
It's beautiful.
it's like every card is like a painting, right? Every card, there's a story there on the artwork.
Exactly. There was a time that in my house we had like framed some of the artwork because my dad used to go to the Grand Prix over the world.
Okay. Hmm.
And he every time he went to a Grand Prix, he would buy because sometimes in the Grand Prix they have like the artists signing posters
The original
and
copy.
of yeah, the original
Uh-huh.
copy of the art. He used to go there, and every time I was like, "Dad, you need to buy those. You need to buy. That's the best thing there." And he bought many frames and copies of that original artwork signed
The
by
artist.
the
And do
artist.
you have them
And
displayed in your
yeah,
home?
no, I don't have it right now, but I used to have on my home back. Um, Nowadays, it's storage elsewhere,
Okay.
but when I was younger, it was like everywhere. It's so beautiful. We had like one of my favorite was like a Johnny,
Ajani,
the
yes, the
planeswalker.
lion
Yeah.
humanoid.
Yeah, we had like an Ajani, really beautiful, a big one, like a really big one, signed, and it was so cool. Like having that on your walls is so
Yeah,
cool.
I guess your friends would love to go to your house, right? Uh,
Actually, I think my friends like my
I
dad
was going to say
more
that. I was
than
going to
me.
joke about that. So imagine that you have a boyfriend, right? And normally boyfriends, they want to avoid meeting the parents, the parent.
Yeah,
But then
forget.
maybe your boyfriend was like, "Hey, when do I meet your parent, right? Or your father?
I swear.
How can I spend time with
My
your
dad,
father instead of you?"
when I was young, really young, I mean like 10, 12, like around those eras. I used to think that literally my friends w- were only my friends because my dad was a cool dad, like it was not like the other dads.
That's
He
funny.
was
You call it
cool.
the cool dad, but back my time,
Yeah.
the Magic players were the nerd guys, right? Not the cool ones. Not the cool ones.
True, true, true. I think that's also something that kind of changed with age. Not, I don't think it's I think it's more about generations because imagine like when my if someone my age or younger, someone younger than me, has this type of interests, I think that they will be associated with a more nerdy type of vibe
Mhm.
and hobbies. But my dad, since he's a lot older, people don't see it as being nerdy. People see it like as being cool because he has interests that are not what the normal dads have.
Interesting.
So yeah, I think that's really funny because it's totally generational and about age in itself. Because at the end of the day, there's not a lot of people with so many interests as my dad with his age.
Yeah.
He has a lot of
Just
interests.
out of curiosity, because you're building that stereotype, what would be? And I don't want to
Yeah.
know the age of your father, but what would be the normal interests of a person like age as your father? Just for me to understand.
Okay. So this is very stereotyped. Okay, this is
Just
very
between you and I,
stereotyped.
no one is listening.
But I don't think it's just not having interest. It's like people of my dad's age also have interest, but they are more focused in
In what?
the family part. The family part, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So their interests are not as visible as my dad's. For example, I there's people obviously of my dad age that like magic, like he plays with people of also his age. Like there's people that like, but they are more subtle. Like they are. It's not as visible. It's not as
Your father is not afraid of
overpowering.
showing his interest, right? That's it.
No, no, at all. No,
Mm-hmm.
not at all. For example, a lot of people of my dad age like sports. Like my dad also likes sports. My dad was a football player for many years, and he likes other types of sports, tennis,
Mm-hmm.
um, many,
Mm-hmm.
many. He loves to exercise, but I would say that people of my dad age are more interested in sports, maybe in their families, maybe. My dad is more interested in
So
cards.
your father, you're saying that your father puts magic in front of the family? That's what you're saying?
Obviously, he loves the car like magic more than me.
You know,
That's
your
like
father will see the video probably, right?
yeah.
So I don't want to.
He knows it's
I don't want to destroy
he
your
knows it's
Christmas
true.
dinner.
But he knows that that's the
That's the
truth.
truth. Okay, I'm not sure how to say, but probably it's better not to say anything more. And just to remind you that you need to play. It's your time to play. Okay, but
Yes.
I'm super
Okay.
curious here, and we are close to end the game as well. Probably one more round. But so if your father is that awesome collector and vintage collector,
Mhm.
etc., and you mentioned that you have those treasures at home, the frames in the wall, etc.
Yeah.
What else are you surrounded with? Do you have like interesting stuff? And please don't tell your address because we don't want to attract robbers, right? But what else are you
I
surrounded
can't.
with?
Yeah, I can't say my address.
No, don't say, please, don't say.
um, my dad would kill me. But yeah, I have some treasures. Um, like I would say that my dad's treasures are kind of different from mine in the magic world. But
Where's the Black Lotus?
we
Is there
have
a Black Lotus around you?
okay. Mm, no, we don't have a black lotus, but we have some individual cards that are also really really special. I think I can
You
show
can
you.
show. Wow, bring him on.
Yeah, no, I can show you everything. That's not possible, obviously, but I can show you some little
Let's see
bits.
what's
I
there.
think okay. give me a second though. Okay, so I have more there, but like I'm just gonna start here because it's a lot. Okay, so I would say that the most like impressive, I guess. I need to be really careful with this. My dad would kill me if anything happens to this. But I would say this is probably one of the oh, the light is not
It
cooperating.
still has the shrink, so the light is
um,
reflected on the plastic.
yeah,
What's
I'm
that?
trying
Can you
to
move closer
because
to the
it's
camera
sealed.
for us to see in detail?
Wait. Oh, well,
So
okay.
that's Italian. I can see Italian there,
Yeah.
and it's just
It's an Italian
second
edition.
edition in Italy. So that's an
Yes.
Italian version of Unlimited, an unlimited booster box. That's
Yeah.
wow. That's quite a treasure
So
there. That's a 1994
I
booster box, still sealed.
yeah. Basically, I think that my dad, the biggest regret of my dad's life is not purchasing this in English. But even in Italian, if you're a magic collector or you have interest in magic and you search about it, this is a very, very
Do you have an
precious
idea of
piece
how much
that
that
it's
is worth? Did your father share with you or not?
okay. So if it was in English, it would be like 40K, I would
Hmm.
say. 40.
Yeah,
It's yeah. In Italian, obviously, it's not the same price. But since it's really old and it's still sealed, I would say that it's still very well
valued. Yes, you
marketed.
know, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the value
It's
exactly
difficult.
because
Yeah, because there's no market for that,
it's
right?
exactly. It's something that I think my dad, if he ever, I think he one day he's gonna sell it. But the day he sells it, he's probably gonna evaluate with many stores. Actually, there was an Austriac store that once gave like
Offer.
an offer, not for this one, I think, but for a big part of my dad's
Hmm.
collection. He was very tempted. He was very tempted. But he was like, nah, if it was more, yes, but no.
Yeah. If you don't need the money, why
But
sell, right?
yes,
If you don't need the money, why sell, right? You just hold it,
yeah,
and it's the price is always going to go up. The more those boxes are open
exactly.
around the world, yours that is still sealed will go up in price. So you just need to wait. And if you need once you can open, you can sell. Sorry. So you said you don't have
Yeah,
Black Lotus, but probably maybe there's a Black Lotus inside there. Maybe, maybe,
maybe that's why it's so precious
maybe
because
one or
it
more
could be,
could be.
but we don't know. We don't know, and I don't think my dad will
No,
ever
don't
open the
don't
box
open.
because
Don't fall into that trap. Oh wait, I cannot do that.
yeah,
Cannot do that. Wow. So I've never held anything so rare in my hands. I don't. I would appreciate the experience of having something so old because you're looking back at 1994, right? So it's like it's stored in time.
and he also has collections from that time. I have one, but it's not 1994. It's 1999. It's older than me. Okay, it's older
Yeah,
than me. And he has the full collection, if I'm not mistaken.
full collection
Um,
of what?
mhm. Okay, so okay, this one I kind of need to explain a little bit. So okay, my dad, he back in the days, he was just doing this as like in a fun way. Okay, he was not purchasing things to as a collector. He just liked the game at the back in the
Yeah,
days. And my grandpa used to have like uh tabacaria. We would say this in Portuguese, a
place where you
tabacaria. I don't
sell
know, like
newspapers and tobacco.
yeah,
Hmm. And magic
and
cards,
those lucky, yeah, and lucky games and all of that. My grandpa used
lottery.
to have one. Yeah, lottery. Exactly. Thank you. And my dad saw that as an opportunity to put like some things selling there. He would purchase to like the materials, magic, mainly magic, some Pokemon also. And he would put like in the store to sell.
Hmm.
And he basically he bought all of these things like the price was ridiculous for what they are valued right
He
now.
bought from
It
distributors,
was
very low price, and then he kept them.
exactly he kept a lot of things, and I have a collection here. That is like one of my dad's favorites. It's not the oldest, but it's one of my dad's favorites.
That's cool.
And this will show that the style that I like and the style that
Hmm.
that my dad
Okay.
likes in the art, it's very different. Basically, these are technically three collections that are Saga
Ur-
Saga
Urza's
Vurza,
Saga, Urza's Legacy,
yeah,
Urza's Destiny.
Legacy and
Okay.
Destiny. Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So there's a
Um,
Gaia's Cradle
and
there.
and yeah, there's
That's
a lot.
one thousand
Like,
dollars right there. If
oh
at least one.
wait, I'm trying. Oh, I think.
That's a big
Wait,
binder you have
give me
there.
a
A big
second.
binder. Looks heavy.
Oh, it's a old
Oh,
one
it's the original. Ah,
actually.
I love those ones.
Yeah.
Those also are worth
I'm
money.
trying.
Those binders, they are also worth money in the
Yeah,
market.
he has many of those. But yeah, I think there's one card here that it's 1,000.
It's a
Yeah.
Grace Cradle from
I'm
Years of Saga.
just not finding because it's so many. This is so many. But like what I find interesting about this was actually
What are we looking at,
something.
Sparkle, there? Because we don't see on camera. Is it like the?
Yeah. Okay.
It,
Like this is
eh,
difficult.
it's,
Okay.
is it a full set for those three full collection for those
You
three?
have the yeah, you have the three of them, and there's also something that my dad explained me some time ago,
Mhm.
that back in this time in 1999,
The first foils.
um
Yeah,
yeah,
the
exactly, there
original
was the
ones.
first
Yeah,
foil.
Destiny.
And everyone was so mad. Everyone was so mad because they didn't like the foils at the time. It was when
No.
it was first introduced, and people didn't like it. Everyone was just throwing those cards like trash, because everyone was like, "Oh, that's just like to sell. They are trying to sell more. It's the same cards." No one liked the
Hmm.
foils. But my dad was like, no, I see a vision. I can see
So
something.
he scrapped all of them that he could find. Those are.
He got so many. Oh, let me
It's on.
see
I
if I
believe they
find
started on
one.
Urza's Legacy, which is the second set from the Urza saga. I think it's the one that has a
I think
hammer
it's
and a symbol.
Destiny. I don't know. I think, but I think this is the Destiny one.
Destiny is
The
it's the
foil for the
flask, the
Destiny.
chemical flask.
Yeah, it's the
Hmm.
Destiny. It's the Destiny. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is literally the first page. They are all foil of oh my
I
god, the
can see
light.
the shining. The shining.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I wanted to show you the a special card, but it's so many. I kind of need to search for it. But I'll just take the first one. The first one, why not? Also, my dad has like a very specific way of
Double sleeves. I
yeah,
can see
double
that on your
sleeves
hand.
because
Yes.
yeah. But yeah, for example, I think this is the first one.
Hmm. Does he
Yeah,
have the
they are
collection
all
all foil?
foil.
The all foil?
He has the for all the foils.
So
Yeah.
every
All
card
the
had the
foils.
foil version. So what you're saying is that he has a full set, all foil.
Yeah,
Wow.
of the Destiny. Of the
Yeah,
Destiny. Yeah,
Destiny.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
It's
worth a bit. Yes, indeed, indeed.
yeah.
So the most
It's really
expensive card from
impressive.
Destiny. Let me see if I can remember. I don't.
Oh, there's also this one. I do remember this one was a very good one.
Elvish Piper. Yes,
This is
I
not.
remember that. I
Yeah,
have that
this
one as
is
well.
not. Everyone likes this
Yeah,
card,
to bring the
and like
beast into the game, very cheap.
my dad would tell me like, "Oh, you have no idea. Everyone loves this
I
card.
used
It's
it
one
in
of the
my
most beautiful."
beast deck, my green beast deck.
And I'm like, Dad, that's not my type of art. But okay,
Mhm,
I'm really happy that you love it. But I wait. Give me a second because I know one. Wait, I know one, but I don't think it's on the foil. Oh, actually, it's on the foil. Okay. Wait. I know this one. It's really. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, so I think this one, if it's not the most expensive of this collection, it's probably one of the most. But
mhm,
I think it's the most expensive. This is rare, very rare. But this is the foil version.
okay.
Yeah, this is the foil version, Metallurgica.
Mhm.
It's in Portuguese though.
Yeah, I don't remember the name in
This
English,
collection
but
is.
I know the card. Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. I don't know the name in English actually. But the foil are all in Portuguese. The other ones I think are in.
That
Wait,
lowers a
give me a
bit of
second.
the
The
value,
other
the
ones are
market
in.
value of them if they
Yeah,
are in Portuguese. The same thing with the
but
Italian.
as a collector, my dad used to tell me, when something is really rare, if you're a collector, if you're not a player, you want it, even if it's in a different language. You
Mhm.
want that, because if it's rare enough, there will be always be
Someone
a market
interested.
for it.
Someone interested. Okay. Do you have more
Yeah,
stuff,
um,
or
we do.
okay,
We do have.
can we finish the game here, Sparkle, for you to pick
Oh,
the what?
wait.
Because I think it's gonna
Um,
it's gonna take a bit for us to see more things. So if at least we can finish this, yet you're still winning. I don't know if you noticed, you're still winning so far.
I'm
You're
still.
still winning. So
But how? How am I winning?
yeah, and now that you bring the magic to the table, probably it's gonna be more difficult even for me. So I don't have any way to put this. So I'm not gonna give you the. Oh no! I need to do some anti-game against you.
Ah,
So I'm gonna take the blue
no!
one.
I was
Yeah,
so
no.
happy.
I just use the removal spell to remove those
Oh
two. Okay,
no!
so you have to deal
I
with
was
the
so
red and
happy
the
when you
negative.
chose the red one.
No.
God dang!
After 4
I was
rounds,
so
now
happy.
we need to play seriously. Okay, so let's see if we can trigger the end game on the next round by. Oh no, you already triggered the end game.
I did.
You did the first row, so this is gonna be the end. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it ends. Let's see. Okay.
Okay.
You won.
I won.
Yeah, you made 36 points against my 31 points. So
What do you mean? This
you
was
have
so random,
36
though.
and I have 31. So you managed to do a bigger score than mine. So yeah,
I swear,
congratulations,
this was.
congratulations. So
Yeah.
now let's resume
Yes.
and
Let
wrap
me.
up with the treasures that you still have there. What else?
Yes. Let me just. I need to be really careful with this. I'm gonna just close this little by little. Okay, give me a second,
Mhm.
because if anything happens to
You're
this,
dead.
I think, right, I'm dead. Because
You're out of
my dad
priorities.
usually, literally, that's what I was gonna say. My dad used to tell me many times, "You better be careful because this is your
You're a single
heritage."
daughter.
What?
Are you a single daughter?
Yeah, I am.
Unless your father sells, you
Yeah.
know who's gonna inherit that.
Yeah, I think one day he's gonna sell because I'll be honest. I'm 100% honest. If I was into magic the way he is, I think I would save this, like, for sure. Um, but me not having the knowledge that he has, I'm really afraid that if this is ever passed onto my hands, I will not be as capable as my dad to to actually do
Mhm,
something great with this. You know what I mean?
mhm. I don't think your father will sell ever. because he has an emotional
I don't
connection.
know.
Unless he needs money,
Yes, he
unless he needs the
has.
money,
He
right?
has.
People that have emotional connections with things, they will never sell.
I get it. It's just because I'm afraid that I won't give. I don't have the knowledge to market
I'm sure your
this the
father
way
will
my
find a
dad
way
would.
to give you the knowledge for it.
Mm.
You keep
I think
the
like
inheritance.
my dad, this is crazy, okay, but my dad sometimes is really dramatic. My dad had surgery some years ago, like actually some years ago. Like I was uh first year of university, I was like 90, 19,
Mhm.
yeah. And my dad had a surgery. It was not like death, like a life-threatening surgery, you know. It was just surgery, but my dad never had one. So he was so afraid that something would happen to him that he made like a whole document for me to be aware of everything.
Sounds exactly
It was
something that I would do
crazy.
as well for you to take it
Oh my
if
god,
something
it was like
happens.
no, but like everything detailed, everything like
The instructions. Yeah, makes perfect sense.
instructions,
Makes
like, and
perfect
I was
sense
like, "Dad,
for him to be
it was a
in
simple
the
surgery."
afterlife, not thinking about what happened to my magic.
I
Right.
swear. But also, so you were talking about
Yeah, the binder, Urza Saga.
yeah, the
Those binders
binder.
are amazing, and it's amazing how they don't rust after 20 years, right? Because you're holding 20 years there from 99,
Yeah,
and more than 20 years already. 20, 25
but
years.
yeah, my dad has many binders, but the majority are not like this one. The majority are
Normal
like
ones,
the
right?
ones that I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that
show
those
you.
are
Yeah,
special.
normal
Okay.
ones. So it's do you know evocations and inventions?
Kaladesh Inventions, that I know. Yes, that's
Exactly.
the side set from the Kaladesh edition.
Yes. So my dad
Yeah.
has
He has the full set of the inventions. Wow,
yeah,
each of them is worth like
the
$200 or
invention.
something, right? Can you show?
Yeah. Yeah, I can so. This is yeah.
Wow,
I think this is the inventions.
that's a rare
Yeah,
sight.
also this is foil.
Yeah, all of them are foil. Yes,
Ah,
that's a rare sight. Yes.
like there's okay.
Wow.
Wait.
Yeah.
Uh,
So in my binder, I have an
there's
app
only what?
that where I record my collections, and I also try to complete sets.
Mm-hmm.
And my Kaladesh set is complete, but in the name of the collection it says no inventions. Right? It's complete Kaladesh, but no inventions.
He has the
Yeah.
inventions that are the ones I showed you, and he also has
Okay,
invocations.
those were the ones written in Egypt, right? Yeah.
Yeah, these are all in Egypt.
Is that part of
But
Kaladesh or
yeah,
Amonkhet?
I think that's a
I
Amonkhet
think so,
actually.
right? Kaladesh had the
Um,
inventions. Oh, I
yeah,
can check maybe here.
yeah, but I do think so. I do think so. But he put both on a binder because he thought that it would make sense.
That's special premium
Because
sets, right? So he also has the
exactly.
invocations complete.
Yeah, I wanted to show you something more specific, but I don't know. In this collection, I don't know which the most. Oh, actually, I do. I think it's this one.
Oh,
Okay,
show.
wait, because this is just visual memory. Okay, this is all my visual memory
If
of
I
my
could
dad
help.
talking about it. But this is the invocations. This
Invention.
is
That's an invention.
Kaladesh.
That's a soul ring thing.
No, no, this is an invocation. No,
Invention. That's
invention,
from
invention.
that's
Sorry, sorry,
orange.
sorry.
Why are you showing that specific one? That soul ring?
Because I think this is the most
Valuable?
the most expensive, the
Okay.
most valuable of this collection. Of
Yeah,
this
I
collection.
don't know. I don't know the price. I only know that once when I tried to get those, I saw the price barrier and I thought, okay, no, it's not worthy. Not worthy for me. Not
Yeah.
worthy for me.
No, valid, valid. Like
No.
sometimes I'm just like my dad is talking about magic with me, and I'm like, you know, I appreciate that you have such passion for magic, but is there? That's all the money you've been spending on?
Not spending. That's probably not the proper way. It's investing, right? So
It's
he just
investing.
grabbed
But
two
at the end
hundred
of the day,
dollars and he put there on that soul ring, right? The moment he needs the 200, he just
Yeah.
picks the Soul Ring, goes to card market, and he gets twice that.
Yes, I know it's like it's a market strategy. It's business, but like at the same time, you just think like you spent this amount of money
Mhm.
for this collection, really? Okay, like I do appreciate it, yeah, and I do think it's so cool. But it's so much money. Like sometimes I just get like, what do you mean?
Unless the game crashes,
Um,
it's a way of storing value. Unless the game
true, true,
crashes, and
true, true.
I don't think that after 30 years that will happen that easily, unless there's a big mistake done by Wizards of the Coast. But it's a store of value. This could be discussable,
Okay.
but it's a store of value.
No, no, no. I get it, and I know my dad would never get into something if he didn't saw like a business opportunity out of
Sparkle, thank you for everything that you've shown and shared and
it.
teach us from the cosplay world, also sharing the memories you have with Magic the Gathering and the connection you have through your father. Before we go, for every guest that comes into the show, in the end, I also ask them if they could recommend me someone that could be an interesting next guest. So, who do you think could be an interesting person to invite?
We built like Kozukai together. She's Miyaka cosplay.
Challenge accepted. Thank you for participating in the show. And I hope to meet you again one day in any kind of event, cosplay related, magic related, who knows. And your father as well.
Sometimes he's there. Sometimes he's there, actually.
Thank you. Goodbye.